This is the life story of a ghost called AMSE. Last night was more of the day before, and around dawn AMSE cried twice. She had no way to account for her feelings, so she killed 2 mice and placed them on her frying pan. She'd eat them now and make a note of the score on her skin. On her inner thighs, she bore the tally of every rodent taken.
Wondering suddenly if there was any reason why she couldn't see, she looked straight into the mirror in her kitchen. So that was it, blessed be. In the mirror, she saw a man's face, the same man she had seen the time before, and she lost her appetite, letting the mice go to waste. She didn't ever allow her mother the benefit of the doubt when she scolded her for leaving food on her plate.
Surely the starving and depressed have mice to eat on their own streets,
she thought, not wondering any further than the novel thought of a land without mammals. I wonder if somewhere there is a fish that can remember a person's face. She hoped so in any case. She plucked her eyebrows, till nothing was left, and hissed at the sight of construction across the street. New houses, all the same, white and white on laminated sheets of steel with glass plates.
She never met a neighbor that she liked, nor had she any neighbors. She clearly didn't like the thought
of such a thing. It brought her to tears again. And another mouse lost its life, so she could keep track of her pain. She thought she'd eat it after dark, but midnight rolled around and she left the house and swore she'd never return. She had burned her hands squarely on the stove 17 times to convince herself of this. She found herself in tears once more and returned to her garage, opened her car and ran down the first stray cat
she saw. She could not bear the thought that she might leave without a body there to prove it. At 3:33 a.m., she astrally projected without checking her pulse and thus could not have known the code of sight sought as usual by the ghosts who psychotically escorted such willing passengers into all parts of every coordinate throughout the night.
She thus traveled recklessly, projecting onto a large trampoline, bouncing and then falling several miles below sea level. She
broke all of the bones in her body. She cried so hard that she couldn't hear herself think.
Her thoughts couldn't hear themselves, had the ears of their own, and who could say how many nights or days she waited there, wherever she was, impaired. Eventually, and as suddenly as any single plague can be,
a swarm of many hundreds of hungry mice descended upon her, mincing and insisting at the webs of her sinewy sides and making swift inroads all around, over and behind, and nibbling diligently through the bones, already broken besides.
It's not revenge that we seek.
It's not revenge that we seek.
One white-on-white laminate mouse with glassy plates for eyes gingerly spoke resoundingly decent English on behalf of the broader pack.
We can't give our lives to you. As you know, we must be hunted and killed if we are to attest to your feelings. So we simply thought we could eat you, bit by bit, and then the whole thing could be squared away. We can live on to say, you need to know the tears that AMSE cried.
She cried so much that we had to eat her alive. Otherwise there would be no telling what we felt.
AMSE knew that the chief mouse spokesman was quite right. The score will speak for itself. Why, after this there will be nothing left of me to be uncertain of. Not a single bite.
And I'll have plenty of time as a ghost to tell my story.
The story of my life.